3-1, made some big breaks. I think his long game was outstandingly good, Stephen.
It was, yeah. He played very well, actually. Made a couple of minor errors, but on the whole, it was a solid performance, and you have to say that he will definitely have the momentum coming into this match in what is a pretty big game, actually. Maguire at the top of the table at the moment. 3 matches played, 2-1, but in the game that he did lose, he won 2 frames. Xiao Guodong sat in second place at the moment, so if Stephen Maguire was to go on and win this game, it would definitely cement his solid claims to at least make it to the semi-finals tomorrow afternoon. Of course, Xiao Guodong will look to have something to say about that.
Yes, absolutely. It's been a busy day for Steve Maguire. This is his 4th match of the day. He's just having a look here at the configuration of the reds below the pink. Now, is there a chance of a 4-ball plant? Because he can't get through to pot the red into the right corner, the right centre, I beg your pardon. But he does seem keen to have a go at this 4-ball plant. No, good effort though, and as long as that cue ball doesn't cannon the yellow, he's okay. He played it well in the end. Still a good safety.
And that also is a good safety from Xiao Guodong. Only really the 1 red for Stephen Maguire to go at, and it's quite close to this top rail, so got to catch this one right. Yeah, that's well played. Easy to catch them thick and leave the cue ball down the business end of the table. He's left a tempter for Xiao Guodong, and it really is a tempter, because I don't think I'd be going for it unless you can play it in such a way to get the cue ball safe. May have a shot to nothing here if you can find the gap between the reds. No, just the containing safety. Now, is there a gap through the reds for red to middle?
Just wonder if that red just ran on that extra 2 inches to be hidden by the pink and red. Thought for a moment, as you did, Stephen, that that red was going to be left. But it was a good safety that Stephen had played before, because the pink was blocking off this left-hand side of the table, so it made the safety shot very difficult. And if that's a snooker behind the black, it could cause a problem for Xiao Guodong.
Needs to make sure he catches the bottom side of this red, and he has done. Well played.
If you play a safety shot into bulk, you really need to try to get the cue ball green side of that bulk cushion to not leave the red that's near the blue into the right centre. There's one to cannon the brown. Oh, he's okay. Caught it on the right side, so it's perfectly safe.
Yeah, almost tried to bounce that cue ball into the side rail to, as you say, Dom, try and get that cue ball over this side of the table. Made a pretty good job of it in the end. And that is worst case scenario for Xiao Guodong. 2 reds available for Stephen Maguire. Played an attacking safety there, tried to keep the red obviously down this end of the table, open the black area up, but disastrous.
That is always a problem when you play these attacking safety shots. He got a good cue ball, but you can never control all those reds when you play a cannon into them like that. And well, everything went wrong, as you say, Stephen. He left a choice of 2 reds, and what's more, I think even that black is available into the left corner. Pink in open play, black spot clear, so this must be deemed an excellent opportunity for Stephen Maguire here. As I say, that black is available, but
6.
I thought if Stephen were to play for the black, he'd have probably left that red near the corner as something that you couldn't fail to be on. But all of a sudden, it's just become a little more complicated.
Thank you. 7.
Yeah, chose to take the more of the difficult reds there for that exact reason. Wants to get on a red in such a way in a couple of shots time perhaps that he can leave himself on that black down the cushion and guarantee himself with a red over the pocket. So may try and get on the red just to the left of the pink there, the right of the pink, sorry. Stun down for the black perhaps in a few shots time.
13.
Few awkward reds towards that side cushion.
14.
Not a bad chance this though. There is enough open reds for Stephen to go at.
Yeah, I think the red that Stephen would love to get onto is the one just above the black spot, because then getting onto the black is a formality, and I think he's just played that to perfection. So just a stun down towards
19.
his top cushion, leave an easy black, knowing that that red near the left corner is just waiting for him. Always handy to have the black in play. Had this red not being
20.
so close to the left-hand corner, Stephen would have to play this black with a little bit of pace. He doesn't have to do that now.
$27. 28.
Graham Dotter started very brightly in the deciding frame with Tom Ford. He's on a break of 49, looking very good, still amongst the balls, so likelihood is he may prevail there.
33. 34. 41. 42.
May decide to take the pink if he feels that the angle from it is more favourable. Although Tom Ford on table 2 may not win that deciding frame, he did make a break of 122 to force a deciding frame.
49.
Well, he's on this red to the centre, but quite an acute angle, isn't it, Stephen?
Yeah, and he's not right behind it, so it does make this shot a little bit more difficult. Don't want to be catching any part of the jaws, really. They're pretty nippy, these tables. Have to play it dead weight as well. Ooh, has he underhit it? Wow, incredible.
Yeah, 49.
Didn't see that one coming. To play the drag shot there just to try and hold the cue ball up from travelling on and
What?
Try and make the pot easier, and didn't strike it as nicely as he would have liked to. Under hit it by some distance.
Every chance for Xiao Guodong to score maybe
7.
20 to 30 points here before the work really begins. That would get him back into the frame. With 4 reds on the cushion rails, winning this frame from here is a big ask.
Now, if he has an angle on this red, it may
15.
be worth playing into one of the reds now. I'm not sure he's going to. Well, he did, and that was the right shot for me.
16.
Well, he's brought 3 reds into play. Fantastic shot. Had a nice angle on the red to do that. You're never quite certain of where the cue ball's going to finish, and there's always a risk it can stick to that side rail, but it's landed okay. That's a good pot on the pink as well, so this is turning into a pretty decent chance for Xiao. Still a few reds that
22.
are towards the side rails which will need sorting out.
$23.
Should be able to hold for the red next to the yellow here. The red that's closest to this right corner is certainly potable if you can get the cue ball in behind it.
28.
But yes, those are the 2 reds, the one near the right centre. You wouldn't be able to drop that in, there's not enough of the pocket showing. It'll have to be cannoned into play or doubled. Oh, he's overscrewed this a little.
29.
That's not ideal. The angle on the pink isn't particularly good, so I think he'll still have to play the blue here. All sorts of shot choices. He could come in and out of bulk and try and cannon the red near the centre pocket into play. He's chosen to play for the red near the right corner, but that seemed to rebound pretty quickly for my money off the bulk cushion, Steve.
Wow, yeah, he's had a massive bounce there.
34.
It's not very often you see that anymore now. Players using the new Tawam chalk seems to have helped the bounces we used to get a lot. Conditions are fantastic these days, it's very rare, so taking his medicine, Xiao, playing a safety shot, albeit he's not made a very good job of that.
That's a good cue ball. There's not much Xiao Guodong can do here. Steve Maguire certainly in the ascendancy here tactically.
Oh, what a lovely pot that was. Cued it really nicely. Fully committed to it as well. Difficult red, that.
Eight.
Yeah, he's done really well here, Xiao Guodong, giving himself every chance of winning this first frame now, after being 49 points in arrears. All about that remaining red. Just got a little bit too much action on the cue ball there. Almost straight would have been ideal, but can still get nicely behind this red, but needs a good shot. Oh, a lot of side spin. Don't think he can lean across and reach this. We'll have to play it with the rest, and that's going to make this red very missable. Just 1 point behind now.
Yeah, tough shot this, but again, he's got to fully commit to it. Just play the right shot. He's dropping the red in down the rail, get nicely on the black. Just got to give it every chance of dropping. Yeah, that's nicely done. Still needs another good shot now, though. Black to yellow. Yellow being off its spot makes this shot a little bit more difficult than it probably would have been. But he does have a nice angle on the black. Just wants to come off the side rail, just beneath the middle pocket. Come across the face of the yellow. It's all about pace. And that looks absolutely perfect.
22.
What a beautifully controlled positional shot that was.
24.
Could do with that cue ball running on. He's a little short of pace here. He's green, brown and blue. Just had to play that with a little bit of left-hand side. Now, how much angle does he have on the brown? Because he needs brown and blue, so work to do positionally. 12 points ahead.
$31.
Well, it shouldn't be a problem, but when cueing off the side cushion, it's never straightforward, but at least he doesn't need the pink and just concentrate on the pot on the blue. And that should be the frame one. And in it goes.
26.
Well, the pink hasn't quite gone in.
36.
Steve Maguire got in first in that frame, but missed a red to the right centre